Hello, hello. Yes, I'm speaking, and well, welcome to a little demonstration slash walkthrough of the blocks that make up the dimensions I made using StarMaker, or you can call them exoplanets. So I made Kepler-22 B, which is right here, over here. And then the next system is Kepler-442 B, and they're all reachable. That's why I'm showing the blocks, and I'll actually visit them. And the last one, last dimension, is Kepler-452 B here. Now, before getting into it, let me show the mods so that this pack, Celestial pack, works properly. Galaxy Space 2.1.4, and don't forget the dependencies, Galacticraft 4.0.6 and Asmodeus Core 1.0.2 and StarMaker 1.0.2. And then I have these mods here, which I'll have in a zip file. And the reason why I'm posting this on my YouTube channel, just because my channel is one big archive, I like to have a way of looking back at seeing what I did over the years on Minecraft and other things I do. So don't mind that too much, but let me get into this. So here are the blocks here for Kepler-22 B. I'm going to go in order, okay? Compressed ice, extinct ice vent, dense rock, stone, and here are the ores. You would find this on the surface, or I guess you could say ocean floor, because there's water on top. And you would find extinct ice vents, which is supposed to represent hydrothermal vents that froze over or something like that, and they spawn occasionally on top of compressed ice, like so. And if you were to break these blocks, you can see there's a little particle effect there. Now, in survival mode, if you were to visit the system, you can see with a regular diamond pickaxe, it takes a while. So maybe if you have like, I don't know, some tools from a different mod, you might be able to get through this. Or you can find a cave entrance to go down below. Okay, and for a dense rock, you would find this in veins pockets within the stone layer, which makes up most of Kepler-22 B. And then you have ores here we can find on Kepler-22 B. And yes, these are added to the ore dictionary, so if you wanted to process them, you can. And also, if you had a mod like thermal expansion, not saying if you do or not, but if you do, you wanted to harvest this and process it, you can. As you can see here, this is part of the ore dictionary. And for a little extra detail here, if you were to harvest a diamond, break it, you get 2 diamonds. Yeah, okay, there we go. Those are the blocks. Let's go visit the Kepler-22 B dimension. Okay, and here is Kepler-22 B while I'm on the Exoplanet catalog NASA website. And well, yeah, here's the system. Here's the data that I use for StarMaker. So let's go full screen mode here. And you can see Kepler-22 B is just barely outside the habitable zone. And we can see the actual planet here. And we can actually compare the star between our own star. It is a little bit smaller, I think. So if we zoom out and compare it to our solar system, you can see how it compares to ours in terms of where Earth is compared to where Kepler-22 B is. Alright, and then moving on, here's the inspiration for the planet texture there. Artist concept. So here I am on a new world just to show myself getting teleported. What is that? Okay, that is a nature gas right there. Of course, in survival mode, you wouldn't do that command. You would actually use a rocket tier 6. They're all tier 6 planets. Now, as you can see, the gravity is at 256%. Day length is 23 hours long. It is cold. Yeah, that's about it really. And this lander type, this landing vehicle, is the same for all 3 systems, all planets. It does take a while, as you can see, but if you look at the minimap, it is, in fact, a water world. You might notice that I actually don't have the fog mod added. I'm just going to show you what it looks like without the fog mod, and if you wanted to have the fog mod so that the atmosphere looks more interesting and stuff like that, you can add that. As you can see, the water level is like Y134, 135. And there's a surface of my lander down there. Okay, and here's the actual dimension itself. And as you can see, the gravity sucks here. So if you wanted to build, just gotta remember that the gravity is horrible. So you might need a jetpack or something to help you jump up between blocks, because this is pretty painful. If you go down, if you don't have night vision, it is really dark. And that's the intention here. But eventually, if you make it all the way down, you reach the ocean floor here. Let me give myself some night vision so I can see better. Okay. And as you can tell, here are the ice vents that spawn occasionally on the surface. Ocean floor. If I go up with night vision, you can see them. So there's actually like 2 biomes with the same blocks. There's like 1 biome here and then another one here. I think one is higher. One is lower. One biome is lower and then the other one is slightly higher in terms of Y value. So like right here, it's like Y60 and it goes up a little bit. Y168 or something, 65. I mean, okay, and if I were to go down, I'm setting my game mode to spectator. You can see all the cave systems. Mob spawn, evolved mobs. So you gotta be careful for that if you want to go caving in on Kepler-22 B. And you can see here, the dense rock is spawning in pockets and veins, similar to how the ores spawn. You can see all the ores that do spawn, generate. So there's ravines and caves, mobs, stuff like that underneath the ocean floor. And as I said, you can find your way through the ice if there's like a little pocket or hole right here. Well, maybe, maybe not. You would actually have to look for it. Okay, and let's see what it looks like in the nighttime. And it's pretty dark in the nighttime, as you can see. And then, okay, that is Kepler-22 B right there. Now let's move on to Kepler-442 B. All right, and here is Kepler-442 B. Now, as you can see, there are more blocks and actual plant types, 8 plant types, and an actual hydrothermal vent here. Okay, so starting off, quite a few block types here to make up the surface, but chert dirt, red chert dirt, chert gravel, and subsurface chert, this all makes up 1 biome type. You would find this obviously underneath this chert dirt here, subsurface chert, as the name implies. So this is 1 entire biome here. I would call it the chert biome. And then here is a red soil and red subsoil, so you would find this in the red soil biome. And then here, a rare mountain biome. This biome here, the red soil biome, is actually kind of rare too, but this is More rare, actually, pretty rare. Surface stone, surface iron ore, orange gravel, and subsurface rock. You would find that rare mountain biome. You would find this spawning on top of this or within this surface stone. Same thing with the orange gravel, and yeah, as the name implies, it's gravel. It works similar to gravel. And then underneath all that, what makes up most of Kepler-442 B is the sedimentary rock. And here are the ores. The new ores being gold ore and copper ore. And yes, these are added to the ore dictionary. So if you wanted to harvest them, process them, and if you had thermal expansion, you can do that if you wanted to. Okay, now moving on. Kepler-442 B ocean sediment here. And then deep ocean sediment, hydrothermal vent, and then Kepler-442 B coral block. Now these spawn in the deep ocean biome, and this makes up the ocean sediment, which is like a shallow beach / shallow ocean sea biome. So then you would find this on top of deep ocean sediment, and if you were to break it, it makes that sound. You also find these coral blocks, and it's actually bioluminescent, so it glows, and there's a little water wake particle there. I think that's water wake at least. And I got this hydrothermal vent recreated from my TOY 700D. Here's a image of that. That planet that I made with StarMaker actually has these on the bottom, but it does not have these coral blocks, so this is a new addition. Okay, now moving on, here are the plants, 8 plant types. Starting out with red fescue grass, red tall grass, red viola, red mustard, red solanum, pink lily, red agonis, and red abelia. And fun fact, some of these plants are actually bioluminescent here. No, I'm not talking about the coral block. We already know that's bioluminescent because I told you. Some of these are bioluminescent. And some of them actually give off potion effects if you were to break them or interact with them. So that gives you slowness 4. And it's the same thing if you were to stand within it like that. Red viola, not as dangerous. And then red mustard, if you break it, you get fire resistance 2. Same thing if you were to walk into it. And then the most dangerous is the red solanum. You get poison 3, so you gotta watch out for that. Pink lily has no effect, and here are the other 2. These are the only 2 double plants. These are actually kind of hard. Actually pretty difficult to make, but they look nice, I think. And there you go. One more thing, actually. Kepler-22 442 surface iron ore actually gives you 2 iron if you were to process it. Let me find it. JEI. Kepler surface iron. Okay, see? If you were to use a regular vanilla furnace, you get 2 iron ore, and, well, yeah, you can get 2 iron from that. Alright, let's go visit Kepler-442 B. Okay, and here is Kepler-442 B on the same Exoplanet catalog website, NASA. Here's the system, and yeah, here's the data here. So as you can see, it doesn't have any special, it doesn't have the artist concept that I use, just a yellow and white planet there. And you can see that it is closer to its star if you were to compare it to our solar system, our system, home system. Mercury's right there, and Earth is way over here. All right, let's compare it to Earth. And then we can compare the stars. This star much smaller than our own star here. Okay, and here's the artist concept. It's quite different from this here. Way different than this. But yeah, as you can see, that's why I had red plants and a red terrain there. And you can see the size compared to Earth here. Okay, so let's say you were on Kepler-22 B. Now you would make your way towards Kepler-442 B over here. Or you could just fly straight to it from the overworld, but that would take a while for sure. Here's Kepler-442 B. As you can see, gravity is at 131%. Day length is at 96 hours, and I mentioned before, with that real life demonstration or the website I used to make this. As you can see, it is an orange dwarf star. Actually, I don't think it's actual dwarf star, but let's say it's orange dwarf. It is orbiting closer to its parent star, and what that means is it's just barely outside the area or zone where it would be tidally locked, so it rotates on its axis slowly. And based on my research, it'd actually be weeks or even months long days. But for the sake of StarMaker, I decided to make it 96 hours long. And it is breathable. Same landing vehicle. And as you can see, here are those biomes with all the flowers. You can be the judge on how it looks. But yeah, you can see all the flowers, grasses, and stuff like that. And this biome here, with the chert biome, only the double plants spawn on that. And then all the 1 block tall plants spawn in the red soil biome. So red soil, and then underneath subsurface, the red subsoil. And then if you keep going down, you'd find a sedimentary rock. And then over here, the red chert biome, chert dirt. And occasionally you will find gravel on the surface, red chert gravel. If you dig down, subsurface chert there. Keep going, sedimentary rock. Okay. So this exoplanet dimension actually has 5 different biome types. I've showed you 2 so far, and the third one, which is on the surface, it's like a mountain biome of some sort, and is really rare, unfortunately. So I might need to go biome hunting for that. And we'll see if I can find that, just so I can prove that it is a real biome and I'm not lying. Yeah, that was quite the biome hunt there, but here's proof. This is the mountain biome that I was talking about, and yeah, you can see the subsurface rock, subsurface stone, surface iron ore, and then the patches of orange gravel. So you won't always find this mountain biome, and you won't always find it this size. Even smaller than this is possible. Yeah, as you can see, the red soil biome is closest to the sea level, and then after that on top is the chert dirt biome, and then finally tallest biome, this mountain biome right here. And you can see that the flowers, those double plants, do hug the biome blending the biome edges here. Yep. And then over here, this is the ocean sediment biome right here. Shallow. You could say it's a sea. The sea is right here, and then the deep ocean is right there, but it's almost like a primitive ocean, not yet a real beach with actual sand. Ocean sediment here, and then underneath sedimentary rock. So this ocean sediment makes up the surface and subsurface layers, and that's the stone layer. And the generation here is pretty interesting. Sometimes you get little islands or something like that with the ocean sediment biome, as you can see, like right there. Okay, and then down here you can see the deep ocean biome. You can see the corals, bioluminescent, and then the hydrothermal vents here. This column of smoke. Again, here's night vision. With night vision on, you can actually see the hydrothermal vents, and you can see the smoke. I think my FPS is fine. Yeah, for the most part, it's not too bad. 180. Well, it depends on your system, but I can handle it. And yeah, corals. And that's a deep ocean. I would have added actual plants, but a mod called Fluid Log API isn't updated, and it has some compatibility issues with vanilla Minecraft in Galacticraft, so that's why I didn't add any. And let's see what happens when it's nighttime. I think it's like... Okay. And there you have it. If you were to explore these surface biomes at night, you can find the plants, some of the plants glowing, they emit light, their own light. And the same thing applies with the chert biome over there. And it is habitable, so you can have no spacesuit on, no oxygen equipment, and you'll be fine. Although you do need a frequency module, just because StarMaker has some issues with the sound. I don't know why, but you can't really hear anything in the atmosphere. There's no like sound without, you can't hear much without a frequency module. So yeah, there's an issue with Galacticraft, I think. I think it was talked about before. No atmosphere, even though it is breathable and it has atmospheric pressure. So, yeah. And you probably need a jetpack to get up, because as you can see, I'm jumping here and I can't make it to the next layer here. So if I go over here, you can see the Agonis plants are actually emitting light, and it looks quite cool, if I do say so myself. And then the same thing applies if you go to the deep ocean biome over here. Look at the minimap. It looks interesting, doesn't it? Deep ocean, you can see the coral blocks more clearly in the nighttime. And you can see the water wake particles, and you can also see the hydrothermal vents. Okay, and if I set my game with 3 spectator, we can go underneath these layers here. And yep, ravines, caves do generate ores like diamond, gold, nickel, iron, and copper, I think. Yeah. Copper should be around here somewhere. Yeah, here. Closer to the surface, right here. Copper. And mobs do spawn. I just have mobs. I have a difficulty on peaceful. I just need to exit spectator mode. And if you're exploring these biomes at the night, you gotta be careful. And I made sure that the mobs don't have oxygen equipment because it is breathable. So, as you can see, they do spawn on Kepler-442 B. And that concludes Kepler-442 B. It's quite dark. Let's move on to Kepler-452 B. And finally, here are the blocks. Kepler-452 B. Starting off, surface rock. Oh boy. Surface rock. You would find this within a mountain biome. And then this would be one biome by itself. Cracked soil would make up the surface layer, I think, and then beneath would be deep stone. That's the stone that makes up most of Kepler-452 B. And then shale dirt, shale gravel are together. And I also forgot, this is actually found within this mountain surface rock biome, slate rock. So shale dirt and shale gravel would be found on the surface. And then you have the deep stone. Here are the ores, new one being coal. Yes, there are on the ore dictionary. I have to say that again just to remind you. And then I don't think I forgot anything. Okay. The plant types, 4 of them. Dead grass, dead bush, dry flower bush, and brittle ivy grass. Not the best names, but they're names nonetheless. And, well, if I try to harvest them, both bush types drop sticks, okay? And, yeah. There you go. Those are the blocks for Kepler-452 B. Now let's go visit the dimension. Alrighty, and here is Kepler-452 B here. The website for, same website, Exoplanet catalog again. And yeah, the data here is, here's the data for that. You could always visit this website too. Search up Kepler-452 B in Exoplanet catalog. So as you can see, the actual planet itself is closer to its star and is outside the habitable zone. And this star is actually larger than our own sun. Just a little bit, I think. Yeah. And then if we compare it to Earth, yeah, it's larger for sure. And if we compare it to our own solar system, yep, there you go. Now here's the inspiration, and yeah, as you can tell from this, also inspiration for the planet texture. Yep. And then I was talking about this earlier, but this is what Earth may look like 1 billion years from now, and what's happening here could be happening on Kepler-452 B, although we don't know for sure, but yeah. There you have it. Okay, and then let's say you're here. Now you want to go visit Kepler-452 B. So, system hopping, planet hopping. Here we go. Okay, same lander type, landing vehicle. And it is hotter here. Much hotter. And as you can see, there are actually ponds. As requested, ponds here and there. Although sometimes the ponds are a little bit broken in terms of generation. I'll show that right here. Sometimes the water does leak, and yeah, it broke some of the plants there. But this is Kepler-452 B, and this is supposed to be like reminiscent of what Earth may look like in 1 billion years from now. 1 billion years from now. Planet here is dying. Almost all the plants are gone. It is hot and mostly uninhabitable. Unhabitable. Something like that. Though, for the sake of StarMaker, I had to have the world to be breathable, set to breathable. Otherwise, these plants would turn into dead bushes, vanilla dead bushes, and then it would drop sticks, and then it would start lagging the dimension like crazy. So I had to leave it like that. But here we go. The cracked soil biome. which only has the bushes here. And then the shale dirt biome has all 4 plant types, dead grass and brittle ivy grass, stuff like that. And then you can find the shale gravel that spawn on top. And then there's a stone layer, deep stone. Mountain biome has the surface rock, and then you can see the slate rock that spawns on top. So yeah, you can see the mini map, and the lakes or the ponds do spawn occasionally. It's called Lake Gen, but just call them ponds, I guess. And looks like you can jump up between blocks. Gravity is not as bad here as it is on Kepler-442 B. And let's see what it looks like in the nighttime. Okay. Maybe even darker. Okay. You can see the temperature does drop. And mobs do spawn. Evolved mobs. And it is really dark. Well, my monitor makes it look really dark, but it's dark overall. Interesting environment here. Okay, let me give myself some night vision. Okay, spectator, and as you can see cave generation as well as ravines as well. You can see the ore types, and looks like the gravel fell through. Lots of ores on Kepler-452 B, that's for sure. And that concludes Kepler-452 B, as well as the entire Kepler series. Alright, anyways, hope you enjoyed that little demonstration / walkthrough, and well, happy exploring. Thanks for watching.